What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Monster Man back with another video, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Please hit that like button, hit that, subscribe button, and I want y'all to comment. You know what I mean? I will answer all the comments, definitely. You know what I'm saying? If you leave something. No intro, we getting straight into it today, man. You know, like I always do. We don't care for intros. Fix this camera. Yeah. So today, we got another Rand Paul special. Now, Rand Paul is a guy who's been doing some research about this COVID vaccination, and there's some things he's discovered about the vaccination. The government has kind of funded it and created it and made it a thing, and the government is doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing. And I have a video here that a clip I want to react to. I haven't watched it yet. He's actually going to be questioning Dr. Fauci. Fauci. He's going to be questioning Fauci about this vaccination and the gain of functionality, the gain of function research, and the whole thing. So we're just gonna get right into it, man. Let's play this.
Senator Paul. Dr. Fauci, I don't expect you today to admit that you approved of NIH funding for gain of function research in Wuhan, but your repeated denials have worn thin, and a majority of Americans, frankly, don't believe you. Even the NIH now admits that EcoHealth Alliance did perform experiments in Wuhan that created viruses not found in nature that actually did gain in lethality. The facts are clear. The NIH did fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan, despite your protestations. You can deny it all you want, but even the Chinese authors of the paper, in their paper, admit that viruses not found in nature were created, and yes, they gained in infectivity. Your persistent denials, though, are not simply a stain on your reputation, but are a clear and present danger to the country and to the world. As Professor Kevin Esfelt of MIT has written, gain-of-function research looks like a gamble that civilization can't afford to risk. And yet here we are again, with you steadfast in your denials. Why does it matter? Because gain-of-function research with laboratory-created viruses not found in nature could cause a pandemic even worse the next time. We're suffering today from one that has a mortality of approximately 1%. They're experimenting with viruses that have mortalities of between 15 and 50%. Yes, our civilization could be at risk from one of these viruses. Experiments that combine unknown viruses with known pandemic-causing viruses are incredibly risky. Experiments that combine unknown viruses with coronaviruses that have as much as 50% mortality could endanger civilization as we know it. And here you sit, unwilling to accept any responsibility for the current pandemic and unwilling to take any steps to prevent gain-of-function research from possibly unleashing an even more deadly virus. You mislead the public by saying that the published viruses could not be COVID. Well, exactly no one is alleging that. No one is alleging that the published viruses by the Chinese are COVID. What we are saying is that this was risky type of research, gain-of-function research. It was risky to share this with the Chinese, and that COVID may have been created from a not yet revealed virus. We don't anticipate the Chinese are going to reveal the virus if it came from their lab. You know that, but you continue to mislead. You continue to support NIH money going to Wuhan. You continue to say you trust the Chinese scientists. You appear to have learned nothing from this pandemic. Will you today finally take some responsibility for funding gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator, with all due respect, I disagree with so many of the things that you've said. First of all, gain of function is a very nebulous term. We have spent, not us, but outside bodies, a considerable amount of effort to give a more precise definition to the type of research that is of concern that might lead to a dangerous situation. You are aware of that. That is called P3CO.
We're aware that you deleted gain of function from the NIH website.
Well, I can get back to that in a moment if we have time. But let's get back to the operating framework and guide rails of which we operate under. And you have ignored them. The guidelines are very, very clear that you have to be dealing with a pathogen that clearly is shown and very likely to be highly transmissible in an uncontrollable way in humans and to have a high degree of morbidity and mortality, and that you do experiments to enhance that, hence the word EPPP, enhanced pathogens of
So when
potential
EcoHealth
pandemic.
Alliance took the
Yeah,
virus,
well, can I would love to finish.
SHC014, and combined it with WIV1 and caused a recombinant virus that doesn't exist in nature, and it made mice sicker, mice that had humanized cells, you're saying that that's not gain-of-function research?
According to the framework and guidelines.
So what you're doing is
P3
defining away gain-of-function.
No.
You're simply saying it doesn't exist because you changed the definition
He
on the
changed
NIH
it.
website.
He removed it from the website. So it's just a way for him to duck what he did, what's going on. That's like if I do something and I have it on my Instagram page, right? And I try to change the very definition of what I'm doing just to make myself not look so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. He's changing. He's trying to, he's ducking. You're ducking. He's running. He's dancing around it.
This is terrible, and you're completely
He doesn't want to
trying
accept
escape
responsibility
the
for
idea
what he
that we
did.
should do something about trying to prevent a pandemic from leaking from a lab. There's the preponderance of evidence now points towards this coming from the lab, and what you've done is change the definition on your website to try to cover your ass, basically. That's what you've done. You've changed the website to try to have a new definition
So I just said.
that doesn't include the risky research that's going on. Until you admit that it's risky, we're not going to get anywhere. You have to admit that this research was risky. The NIH has now rebuked them. Your own agency has rebuked them. But the thing is you're still unwilling to admit that they gained in function when they say they became sicker. They gained in lethality. It's a new virus. That's not gain of function?
According to the definition that is currently operable.
Keep ducking.
Senator,
new
let's make it clear for the people who are listening. The current definition was done over a 2 to 3 year period by outside bodies.
And this is Dr. Fauci, by the way. This is the guy who this is their guy for the COVID. This is their guy, Dr. Fauci. And he's ducking questions. He's dancing around questions about this virus. Not even and this is also the guy, who's behind the vaccination in a way. This is what I've been saying in these videos. This country is going down. It's going down, and it's going down fast. And what America's going to have to end up doing is it's going to have to end up selling itself. The people who are in control, the president, they're not going to actually be in control of America. If that hasn't already happened, someone else from another country, maybe the queen of them over there in London or whatever they got going on, someone else is going to be in control of America in the future, if that's not already happening.
Including the NSABB, 2 conferences by the National Academy of Science, Engineering, and Medicine on December 2014, March 2016. We commissioned external risk-benefit assessment, and then on January of 2017, the Office of Science and Technology Policy of the White House issued the current policy.
And coincidentally,
I have not
the
changed
definition
any
appeared
definition.
on the same day the NIH said that yes, there was a gain of function in Wuhan. The same day the definition appeared, the new definition, to try to define away what's going on in Wuhan. Until you accept it and said that yes, there was a gain of function in Wuhan, the same day the definition appeared, the new definition, to try to define away what's going on in Wuhan. Until you accept it, until you accept responsibility, we're not going to get anywhere close to trying to prevent another lab leak of this dangerous sort of experiment. You won't admit that it's dangerous, and for that lack of judgment, I think it's time that you resign.
Thank you.
Get out of
I would
there.
like to give the
It's time for you to
Dr. Fauci.
resign, Dr. Fauci.
There were so many
Get
things
Fauci out of
that are
there.
egregious misrepresentation here, Madam Chair, that I don't think I'd be able to refute all of them, but just a couple of them for the listeners to hear for. You have said that I'm unwilling to take any responsibility for the current pandemic. I have no responsibility for the current pandemic. The current pandemic, okay? Number 2, You said the overwhelming amount of evidence indicates that's a lab leak. I believe most card-carrying viral phylogenists and molecular virologists would disagree with you that is much more likely, even though we leave open all possibilities, it's much more likely that this was a natural occurrence. Third, you say we can
Tested
continue.
Come on,
80,000
man.
animals and no animals have been found.
Exactly.
Senator Paul, the time is to
Come on, man.
And third,
It's not
you
natural.
made a
This is not
statement
natural.
just a moment ago
It's not a
that's
natural occurrence.
completely
That's a lie.
incorrect, where you say we continue to support research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
You proved it in August of last
completely-
year.
No, your statement says, quote, I wrote it down as you were writing. You continue to support research at the Wuhan Institute of
You were in
Virology.
committee a month ago and
Which
said you
is
still
complete-
trust the Chinese scientists and you still support the research over there. You said it a month ago in
Senator
committee.
Paul, I have allowed Dr. Fauci to respond. You've had your time. I'm going to give him.
He's going to
one
be
more minute.
dishonest. He ought to be challenged.
Senator Paul, we will allow Dr.
If he's gonna be
Fauci
dishonest, he
respond
ought to be
after
challenged.
giving accusations like that. Dr. Fauci.
Well, I don't have any more to say except to say
bet
that
you
as
don't.
usual, and I have a great deal of respect for this body of the Senate, and it makes me very uncomfortable to have to say something, but he is egregiously incorrect in what he says. Thank you.
Thank
History will figure that out on its own.
So we will.
Now you see how he was ducking these questions. You know, he's ducking responsibility, you know, for everything he's done, man. And it's like I was saying earlier, it's like America is not in control of America. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have a president, but he's not in control. Like, this is obvious. Everything is fake. Everything that they putting on TV for us, this is fake. And this is what Rand Paul is kind of uncovering. You know what I mean? But they can't even they don't want to answer his questions because they know that's what's happening. So I'm telling y'all, this is all a plan. He's not gonna say it because I don't think he'll say that. But you know, they created this virus, they created these vaccines, all this stuff is created. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen in New York that they giving little kids $100 to get a vaccination shot. They paying you to get medicine, and not even they paying you to come get a shot, and people taking their kids right on down there, man, doing that. Don't take your kids to get no needle in their arm for $100. That's the devil. Just giving these kids $100 to get a shot. They got these kids on TV getting needles in their arm. It just looks sad to me, and I hate it. Everything we see is fake. None of this is real. I'm telling you, keep your eyes open. America's about to fall. It's gonna happen, if not in the immediate future, it's gonna happen in a few years. It's gonna be something big. That's what this COVID is. This pandemic. It's called the pandemic. It's something's gonna happen here. Keep your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I don't want to make this video too long. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rand Paul, man. He doing good work. Some people don't really like Rand Paul. I don't know why. I don't know much about him, but the stuff I've seen from him, I like Rand Paul. Just these videos I've been covering, I like Rand Paul. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get to the truth. And they don't even want to answer his questions. They're changing definitions of terms and switching stuff, and they're running. And I like that he's in a position that he's in because they really cannot run from him without being exposed. It's not like me or you just sitting here making a channel like I'm doing here and I don't have anything to go off. I'm just talking. No, I'm going off Rand Paul. Someone who's in position to raise awareness about these issues and about these things. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like what he doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm gonna come back with another video probably today. Um, you know what I'm saying? My birthday was the other day. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know what I mean, forget that. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the channel. You know what I'm saying, man? Love y'all, man. You know what I mean? Show love, man. Peace.